Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liza. If it's your first time here, then I invite you to watch this video until the end and then decide whether you want maybe to subscribe to this channel, stay with me and my small community that is still like growing every day. Today, my friends, this video is special because this video was requested by one of my subscribers who asked me to make a video about the way how you can build a strong connection with your higher self, how to build a strong bond with your higher self. I guess for you to use it in your life and for just to find it helpful and useful in your life, and how this connection with your higher self can benefit you. Okay, guys, so first, let's be honest. We live in such times and in such moment and in such world where it's really hard to be authentic, okay? I think it's not a surprise for you. It's really hard to meet people who are not afraid to be authentic. It's really hard by yourself, it's really hard to try to be, just yourself without wearing masks, because it's just the way people were taught to live, just to wear masks, to pretend, to, present yourself in a specific way, to create specific persona that then you present to other people. We also live in times when everything is on a very superficial level. Like people become superficial, like all this social medias, things that we can see on TV. I don't know why, but I just feel that there is a very deep level of superficial of things being superficial right now, okay, in times in which we live. So the first thing that you need to realize before even trying, to think about establishing strong connection with your higher self is to the thing that you need to realize is that it will be a hard process, because my friend, you are reprogrammed to keep a distance from your higher self, okay? This is how we were taught to live since the very beginning of our life here. Like when you came into this world, everything around you, people around you, places around you, every single thing around you were trying to make you believe that no such thing as higher self exists, okay? It's only you and your body, so just your 3D way of being, okay? Your 3D vessel. And also you were taught to to live in a way that you need to be maybe ashamed of who you really are. You need to live in by some specific standards that society set for us. Again, you need to you need to present yourself in a specific way. It's hard for me to explain, but I've been doing this my whole life, even though since the very young age I knew exactly who I am. I knew exactly what is my core frequency, what are things that I like, what is my true essence, who I really am. I still was pretending. I still was trying to fit in to society norms, to different social settings and groups, and only few years ago, when I started my spiritual awakening, my spiritual journey, I have realized that I've been betraying myself this whole time. Every time when I knew who I really am, but then I've been choosing, or I chose to do something against my core frequency, against who I really am, against my nature. This was a situation when I betrayed myself. And I think we are doing it many times in our daily life. yeah, when we think about how many times we betray ourselves by choosing something that is against our morality, our nature, things that we like, our energetic field. Every time we choose someone else or something else, but not us, we don't put our higher self in or we don't put our core frequency and and our higher self as a priority, and we choose something else, we betray ourselves. Okay, and this is what makes you be even far from your higher self than like normally. So we are still like, we are keep distancing ourselves from our higher self, okay, from our core frequency, from the truth about our nature, like about who we are. And if you want to, start this journey of discovering your core frequency, like who you really are, what is your primary frequency that you came into this world with, or what is your higher self and how you can communicate with it. If you want to start this journey, start this adventure, then you need to know that it will be hard, because your higher self, I will just give you a comparison, okay? I like to use my imagination. So your higher self or your core frequency, it's like an artifact, like a historical artifact that is buried somewhere, underground, that is hidden somewhere underground. And now imagine, if you want to find the truth about who you are, find your way back home to your higher self, to this inner peace, this state of inner peace and harmony with your true nature, with your core frequency. You need to be, you can imagine yourself as being an archaeologist. These people who are like they are historical, I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, people who are interested in history and basically, about something about archaeology, people who go to a specific place where like ancient civilizations was located, and they do all this stuff with the ground to, find some artifacts, find some important piece of like historical evidence or something like this. So you will do the same. If you want to, to find the truth about who you are. You need to find your higher self, because trust me, it is somewhere really deep underground. It is hidden under many different levels of dirt, of like ground, dirt, just things that are not important. They are only hiding, they are only hiding your higher self. Or you can imagine your higher self, or your like connection with your higher self, to be as like this precious like gemstone, and then imagine it, this like crystal, or just like the brilliant or diamond, being covered with like a very a big amount of dust or something like this. So before you can even get to this diamond or this like artifact or this precious like gemstone, you first need to clean it from anything that is surrounding it, okay? And trust me, there is such a big amount of dirt and the dust that are currently covering your higher self, and like who you can really be in this life, and who you came here to be, like again, your true nature. So this is why uncovering the truth about who you are, finding your way back home to your core frequency, into your higher self, to this perfect trio, is a hard process. It's not an easy process. For many people, it takes like different amount of time. For me, it's been like 2 or 3 years, before I finally realized who I am, and before I became confident enough to finally you know, stand by my side. You know, yeah, it took me like 2 or 3 years to realize that I don't need to pretend. I don't need to choose someone else or someone else over myself. I can choose myself in any given moment. I found this confidence in being just like myself. I'm not saying that you know, now I'm 100% like authentic. No, because I think it's not really possible in our world. Of course, like in different social settings you will act in different way, or you will try to present yourself in different way, but there is a difference between wearing masks, you know, and pretending to be someone else, and between like being just flexible to different situations. You can be yourself, you can be your authentic self, but then depending on which social setting you are currently in, just being flexible to act in a specific way, to present yourself in a specific way, but in the same time not betraying yourself and who you really are in your nature. Okay, so the way that I think is the perfect way of living, it's like finding your way back home to who you really are, finding the truth about who you were as a child and who you were always, like who you always have been, and then, you know, trying to keep it, trying to stick to this truth that you found, but then, you know, being your authentic self, but in the same time, you know, being open-minded and flexible to different situations, and, you know, master the ability to be in the same time like your authentic self and like this version that other people want to, like, maybe not want to see, but how they what they expect from you, like how you need to act. Like again, I'm not talking about pretending. I'm talking about, like, for example, if you are at work, that people expect you to act in a professional way. Okay, so you can still be yourself, you can be your authentic self, but in the same time being more professional. But then when you go to a party with your friends, this is more like you know, like chill social setting. So you still can be yourself, you can be your authentic self, but in the same time, you know, being relaxed, just having fun, doing some weird strange stuff. So there is a way, there is another way in which you can live your life. Trust me, wearing masks and pretending and betraying yourself every single day is not the only way that you can, like, this is not the only way that you can choose, like, how you want to live your life. So here I am right now to show you the other way, that there is another way to live your life. So my friends, again, the start point of your journey to discover the truth about who you really are and establishing this strong connection with your higher self is the point when you realize that your higher self or your core frequency is covered with a lot of dirt. Okay, and this dirt consists like limiting beliefs, past traumas, negative past experiences. Okay, your limited perceptions of reality, your negative thought patterns. So basically everything that our society and our world taught you since the very childhood, okay, since the very young age of your life here. So imagine if you are like 20, maybe 20 something years like me, maybe you're like 25 years old or 26 years old or 30 years old. Imagine how much of this dust you will find covering your higher self or your core frequency or the truth about who you really are. A lot, because like 20 years of your life, it's really big time. And if it's 30 years of your life, this is a really big amount of time in which you were impacted by all these things in society, and you were programmed, you were programmed to live in a specific way and to see yourself in a specific way, to have this limited perception, to live in a cage, as like as an animal or a slave. And now you will start the journey of reprogramming your mind and realizing that everything that you've been taught since your young age, it's not true, okay? These are only limited perceptions, these are only limiting beliefs, and you are someone more powerful, stronger, but also like the concept of your higher self is more complex. Just the concept of you is more complex than you just being your 3D vessel. No, like for example, when I think about my connection with my higher self, I think about 3 different elements. It's like me, so my 3D body, my 3D vessel, my 3D being here on this planet, and then my core frequency, and then my higher self. So there are 3 different elements. And like let's start from our higher self. Before your higher self, it's like you, but that existed before you had reincarnated here on earth, okay? Your higher self is still there in the astral planes, because when you were incarnated here on earth, your higher self gave like a part of it to your 3D vessel. So there is a part of your higher self in the 3D vessel, so it's like a you, your thoughts, like your perception of reality, but there is still part of you that exists in the higher dimensional planes. There is a part of you that is more powerful than you, because our higher self has an access to different like timelines, different time periods in our life. It has an access to our past and our now, our present, and our future, because there is no such thing as time in high dimensional planes, or at least there is different definition or idea of time there, okay? But I believe there is no such thing as time in higher dimensional planes, in astral planes. So imagine that you have a part of you, but this part exists in a higher dimensional place, and it's more planes, and it's more powerful than you, okay? It has really strong, it has really like, your higher self is more powerful than you in any way, okay? Just let me tell it like this, because we are really limited here in this 3D reality, in 3D world. And then there's like a you, so there's part of your higher self that exists here in your 3D vessel, and then your core frequency is just like the primer idea of who you are. This is your true nature. So both like you and your higher self has your core frequency interest in mind, okay? Both of you want to take care of your core frequency. It's like, a connecting point. This is what connects you with your higher self. Both of you want to protect, you want to find the truth about what is your core frequency, even though you already know it, but your higher self needs first to help you to realize that you have such thing as a core frequency. So like your true nature, your true essence, which is of light and love. And then both of you want to protect this core frequency. Like you want to live this life in a way that other people will not be able, they will not have such power to impact your core frequency. Once you've already found it, no people will have like an access to your core frequency, or at least they will not have an access, to your core frequency when it comes to like hurting you or impacting you in a negative way. So yeah, the whole concept of you, your higher self, the connection between you and your higher self is based on 3 elements, okay? You, so like your 3D vessel, your higher self, you that exists in the higher dimensional planes, in astral planes, and then your core frequency, so your true nature. It's like this part, it's a part of light that is your true essence. It's like who you really are, who you were when you came into this world, who you were this whole time, who you are right now. But if right now you are at the moment of your life when you don't really realize who you are, then you need to start discovering the truth about what is your core frequency. But to do it, you need to be able to communicate with your higher self. And your higher self is always here to help you. You can talk to it anytime. My whole life I've been thinking that, no, okay, my whole life I thought that I've been praying to like a god, like Jesus, Saint Mary. But then, you know, when I started my spiritual awakening, I realized that maybe this whole time I've been communicating with someone else, not just like singular God who is in charge of the whole world, but like ancestors, angels, our spirit guides, and our higher self. And trust me, now I have like proofs and I have evidence that it's possible to communicate with your higher self, okay? Because I've already experienced it like several times. If you are interested in it, I can share with you my experience, like my experience about situations that were like proof for me that it's my higher self talking to me right now. So guys, there are like many different tools to communicate with your higher self. By meditating, by praying, by daydreaming. Like, let's say you're using public transportation and you just look at the window and you are just in your thoughts. You can just communicate with your higher self in your thoughts, you know, in your kingdom of thought. And also, like, by listening by listening to music, reading books. There's so many different channels thanks to which you can communicate with your higher self. There are so many different ways, so it depends on you. It's like, it's up to you how you want to communicate with your higher self. For me, usually it's meditation, but also music. Okay, music, it's a very strong channel, you know, between me and my higher self. When I need an advice, you know, from my higher self, I just put like random playlists in my like earphones, and then I ask my higher self just to give me the song that will be a message, you know, for me, and a piece of advice at this specific moment that I needed. So yeah, and it's really easy, and trust me, your higher self is not someone who will ignore you. Once you realize that you can communicate, you are able to communicate with your higher self, then trust me, you will never be ignored. Like, every single time when you will need help, an advice, message, download, or some sign from your higher self, you just need to ask for it and you will receive it. Trust me, like, sooner or later, but you will receive it. It's not like you will pray, you will ask, you will meditate, and it will be just like quiet, you know, like silence, no one is replying. No, you will be bombarded by different signs, messages, conversations that you can hear from other people, like things like people say on the TV that will suddenly like resonate with your situations. There's so many ways in which our higher self can communicate with us, but we need to be we need to want to communicate with it, because our higher self will not force us to communicate with it. It's just like exist there in this astral planes, but you need to invite it to communicate with you, okay? Because, for example, why people say that when you are manifesting something in your life, it's a like cooperation process. It's co-working, because you are co-working, you are working together with your higher self, okay? Manifesting something, let's say your vision for your dream life, it's a process of co-working between you and your cooperation between you and your higher self. You are working together, so it's like two-side connection, you know, guys. But how to establish this connection? Again, first, to be very, very like confident about who you really are, to find this truth about who you are, like finding your way back home to yourself, to your true nature. You need again to start this adventure of cleaning this dust and trying to find this precious gemstone, which is like your core frequency, so again your true nature, under all of this like levels of dust and dirt, okay? So like probably you will be visiting your past many times in your mind, like in your thoughts while meditating. You will need to heal a lot of things, like past traumas, past experiences. You will need to change your perception upside down, like the way you see world right now, like everything will change about it. Trust me, because like the person that I am right now and the person that I've been like 3 years ago, it's just like winter and summer. It's just like, I don't know, dark and light, two opposite things, okay? So to find your way back home, you will meet like a lot of obstacles along the way, okay? And these obstacles will be people reminding you of your limiting beliefs, people wanting you to be on this shadow side, not people who will not wish you like best, people who know who you really are. They know what is your true like nature, and they know your power, and they are afraid of it because your authentic self, your true nature is like such a powerful thing, that these people will try to, for example, make you believe that you are not who you really are. So yeah, there will be like many different obstacles along the way. But if you want to start this journey, which is not easy, but you need to be prepared for it, you know, to uncover many different like things, shadow things inside yourself, many different like shadow aspects of your personality, of your way of being or seeing things, okay, your perceptions. You need to first ask your higher self, you know, for help, to ask your higher self to like support you on this journey. So starting from this moment, you and your higher self, you will work together to uncover the truth about who you are, okay? Find your way back home to gain your true nature, and to find this artifact that is hidden somewhere deep underground, which is your core frequency again. So yeah, please, if you want to start this journey, just start from small steps, making small steps, like meditating and just like talking to your higher self again, like as to you're talking with your higher self as with someone who is, it's like it's still you, okay? You're talking to yourself basically, but you know that this version of yourself, of you, is more powerful because it exists in planes where such thing as time does not exist, okay? And your higher self can have an impact on your past, on your future, on your present. It's just a complex concept, guys. It's hard for me to explain it. Like, I can understand it, but it's hard for me to explain to people how I see my higher self and the power that it holds, okay? So start small by small steps. Maybe start to practice like journaling, like when you just close your eyes and you ask your higher self to, you know, to give you some downloads, some messages, and then you just like you write down, you sit and you write down all things that are on your mind. And trust me, like at least half of these things, at least half of these things will be downloads and messages from your higher self. Or if you like to listen to music, again, ask your higher self to send you like a message or a download in specific song, okay, that will pop up like in your playlist while you will be listening to music. But you know, if I need to answer on your question, like how to establish this strong bond, again, it's a very long journey, and for every person it can be different like period of time, and it's not an easy process. But guys, I can promise you that it is worth it, okay? Because when you will find your way back home, you will feel like you are unstoppable, you are unbreakable, you are just like an emperor of your own empire, because no one and nothing can have an impact on you anymore, on who you are. It's like people can try to manipulate you, people can try to make you wear masks, but you are like, no, I choose myself. Now I'm in a timeline. I stepped into a timeline where I will be choosing myself every time, okay? I will not betray myself anymore. I will be living with having my higher self interest, best interest in my mind, okay? I will step into a timeline, or I'm stepping into a timeline where I will be the best priority, the most important priority for myself, where I will love myself the way I loved people in my past. Previously, I didn't give myself this much love, but now I'm a different timeline. Now, when I finally found my way back home, I choose myself, okay? So other people can try to do like many different stuff, but it will not have an impact on you, okay? Because you already know who you are, and you know that you are powerful, you are confident, and you're proud of who you are. You're proud of your life's journey, of your hero's journey that you experienced and still experiencing. And trust me, guys, you will be just like so powerful, really. Like, I can't even describe it. This is the feeling that you only will feel once you will find your way back home, once you will like discover or uncover this precious, like, again, diamond that is your core frequency and the truth about who you really are. But to do it, in order to make it, to do it, to go through it, you need to ask your higher self for help. So how you build a strong bond with your higher self? You communicate with it like as often as possible, and you also, it's also by you understanding that you are, again, cooperating with your higher self. You are co-creating, like, for example, your reality, your dream reality, and you are in a like constant contact with your higher self. Like, it's like you're not alone anymore. You have your higher self. It's you, but you exist in the astral planes and more in the higher dimensional planes, okay? But these are just like small steps that I suggest you to do if you want to build this strong connection and bond with your higher self, okay? But please remember, this whole idea, this whole concept is based on three things. You, your 3D vessel body here on earth, your higher self, okay, something that exists in astral planes, higher dimensional planes, and then your core frequency. So the most important thing, it's your true essence. It's this piece of, I don't know, maybe God of the universe inside you, okay? This light and love inside you. So guys, yeah, that's all for today. I know it's like 32 minutes, so it's a long video, but if you want, you can, I mean, if you want, it's up to you if you want to watch whole video or just like, skip to different parts. And if you are interested in this topic, again, like, if you want to learn something more about your higher self or your core frequency, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will do my best to try to explain it to you in a more wide way or something like this. So guys, thank you so much for your attention. I love you all, and have a good day. Bye.